So Afghanistan did show a fight, but their fate was not with them, as Rain Gods was supporting Australia. And whenever you see a Travis Head against a blue clothed side, there's a different beast altogether which comes out from him, and he takes away the game away from Afghanistan this time. So yeah, the similar story kind of a thing was happened in the 2023 World Cup when Maxwell took away the game from Afghanistan and the spot in the semi-final as well. So yeah, they are mathematically still in. Some favors needed from the English side, which cannot favor themselves past 2 months. But yeah, if Afghanistan need to get qualified, they need some favors, which probably mathematically and logically seem to be unlikely to happen. Scenarios are, if England bat first, they need to score 300 runs at least and get South Africa out within 100 runs. The second scenario, if England bowls first, they need to chase down the target of at least 300 runs in 11.3 overs. So that seems unlikely for Afghanistan to happen, and I think it is going to be South Africa against the second side from our group, and Australia against the top side in our group. But yeah, that was about today's match. There was a press conference by KL Rahul and Bracewell from New Zealand side. That there were some important outcomes from those which we feel can be important for the team selection. So we'll discuss about that. But yes, first going on, what did go wrong for Afghanistan today, Jinanj? Was it their batting, or was the pitch, because it was undercover for like 2 days? There was rain also since 2 days. Because of that, the pitch was covered, it became damp, and the ball was moving and nipping around a bit in the start of the match. Was it there where Afghanistan lost the match, or it was some problematic batting from them?
No, it was definitely the batting, mainly like the seniors not stepping up. It's
Mm.
always either the younger guns stepping up, and I didn't even see. I mean, Rashid Khan was rotating the strike regularly when he came in, but I was not able to see the same kind of intent while playing. Even their captain scoring like I think 20 runs in 30 balls,
Mm.
somewhat that was a score.
It
I'm not
was
sure.
29 runs in 50 balls. Yes.
Yeah, sorry, 29 runs in 50 balls. So
Mm.
that's what I mean sums it up. You didn't even Mohammed Nabi not stepping up to the occasion, and mainly the score was really they did manage to get to around 273, but they were like 50, 60 runs short in that. They should have at
Yeah.
least aimed for like 330 runs, and then they could have got the momentum. But even after that, their bowling, once they started their bowling, like you could see a few drop catches. Like one was a drop catch by Rashid Khan, which you don't expect. Then second one was by a substitute drop catch. But those were big catches. One was for Darcy Short, and the other one was for Travis Head. So those were big ones, big wickets, which they could have got it. And
Mm.
we all know how Travis Head I mean, he pays you for your mistakes, and certainly he scored a quick 550 as well. Afghanistan did slip. I mean, the match was slipped away, but what I feel is that they should have been, even after the rain stopped, there was a bit of time, due to Duckworth Lewis, where you could see a full game being played. But since the grounds were not covered after the rain, and the kind of management Pakistan Cricket Board has got, it's really shocking. Like you get a trope. I mean, you get a chance to host such an important tournament after 29 years, and you're not able to, everything right from their stadiums, their grounds, everything was a letdown. Three matches being washed out, providing Afghanistan the kind of pitch during their first match against South Africa, not giving them a chance to qualify. I mean, this shows a lot about their cricket board. But overall, yes, Australia has qualified and South Africa. Now, the only thing will be that who plays who, because both the semi-finalists we have got, but we don't know who is going to play in the semi-finals against whom. So I hope India and Australia play somehow in the semi-final so that we get rid of we get rid of Australia early on, because final, as everyone says, it's very tough to beat Australia in the final. So I really don't want them to be in the final this time.
We'll come to the India New Zealand encounter, but I don't agree with the fact that they batted bad. I think because the pitch was under the covers for around 1.5 day before the match started, the ball, the game just opened up like the Bangalore encounter which India faced New Zealand, and the ball was nibbing around, and I think that is when the bowlers got that amazing start. After that start, to get on to 270, 275, because of some amazing batting by Umarzai. It was a decent total. I would say it was a decent total, but the match was lost. I think when they were bowling, and if they would have started really well, if who knows, if Australia was around like 30-40 runs in 10 overs, who knows, you might have even won that match because of the Duckworth Lewis methods. But yeah, that is when the match was lost. I think batting was okay considering the pitch for that matter, but
No, but
yeah,
they won the toss. But they won the toss and they opted to
I
bat.
know,
So it
yeah,
was
but
a
that was,
good
yeah,
batting
that was misread. I think
misread. Okay.
the toss and the pitch was misread by them. But yeah, I'll take your words on this match. Weber, what do you think about it?
Right from the beginning of the tournament, everybody was, undermining Australia and the way they have, chosen the team. We had people like suddenly vanished from the roster. All of
Hmm.
those things happened. But time and again, Australia, when it comes to world class events, is something completely different. Then it's
Yeah.
not like playing regular match or a tour of some country. They are a
Hmm.
completely different team. I don't know what sort of management, training goes on behind, but even if they have absolutely nobody to play, they turn around the things and they make the best out of the opportunity. So I think that's what
Hmm.
they did. They clearly dominated the Afghani side. They had,
Hmm.
I, and another thing is the Australians always have a sort of mentality where they try their level best to pull down the opponents even before a
Hmm.
game starts. Not sure if something like that was at play. And then, unfortunately, the rain also assisted them in their motives, and we couldn't see Afghanistan win this game. There was no result. So hopefully, Afghanistan can still make, but the chances are very low. So we'll still wait and see. But it would be really nice if India plays Australia. It would be like a revenge for the BGT, at least what I feel. So we'll
Or
see what
revenge
happens.
for the team of Israel. So
Yeah, there is no Pat Cummins, and there is no Jasprit Bumrah also. So we'll see
hmm.
how the rest of them can go about. But from
Hmm.
Afghanistan side, the thing which I like with Afghanistan is if two of their players don't perform, two others step up and try to save the game. It's not like
Hmm.
everybody is dependent on one player like how England does.
Yeah.
So that is something which is really good. So, for example, as this Sadiqullah Atal and Azmatullah Omarzai, both of them they stepped up, they took the
Yeah.
game forward, they tried their level best to make those big numbers. So that's
Hmm.
what you
Hmm.
need when your team is going bad. And the
Yeah.
same thing was expected from a team like Pakistan or even
Hmm.
Bangladesh for that matter. And unfortunately, these teams don't do well.
Yeah.
Probably it's because of all the management related stuff that goes behind. But it would have been nice to see the game go complete today.
So yeah, that was about the Afghanistan Australia encounter. Nothing much got out of it, but yes, because there was no result, I think it's curtains for Afghanistan's tournament, because even if South Africa lose, they need to lose with a big margin against England. And looking at the England side, it doesn't seem like that would happen. But yes, there was a press conference. There were two press conferences actually, one from the New Zealand camp and one from India camp. It was Bracewell for New Zealand, and it was KL Rahul, as we mentioned in the last video that he'll come out for the press conference. KL Rahul was asked about the fitness issues in Mohammed Shami and Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill for that matter. He said that everyone is fit. There's no problem whatsoever. So much so that someone needs to be dropped, because he said everyone was gymming well, everyone was preparing well, everyone was doing the nets as they want. Yes, there was a niggle in Rohit Sharma, but it didn't sound or look very serious as what he said. Then he was asked about the changes. So he said that this is a very prestigious tournament, and to make changes in this tournament is not feasible at this point. I think that was what he believed in. But it is always good to have all the players have some match practice before some big encounters. That is also what he said. So reading into the lines, I don't feel that India is going to make any changes for that matter. That's what I personally feel. But Mohammad Shami was looking a bit not 100% in the net practice, so he might he that is the only change if there is that happens, because KL Rahul is definitely going to play. So I don't think there is a chance for Rishabh Pant coming in unless and until Rohit Sharma at the last moment decides to step down. But yes, that's what I feel is going to happen. Do you think there is going to be any drastic changes in the squad, Weber?
I don't think there'll be any change to the squad. They won't even include a player like Varun Chakravarti. They're just going with the same squad. That's what I feel. Because even Varun
Mm,
Chakravarti's record at Dubai hasn't been that great. I think the last time he
mm,
played in Dubai as part of the Indian side was in the 2021 T20 World Cup,
mm,
and he went
yeah.
wicketless. So I don't think they'll pick him either. They'll just go with the
Mm,
same team because why change the winning format?
mm,
So they'll just go with that same team. On the other side, New Zealand, I do feel that they might bring in a Rachin Ravindra instead of
so Sachin
playing.
Ravindra was there in the previous match as well.
Yeah,
He
no,
scored a
the first
century.
match he didn't play. I
Yeah, yeah.
think in
Second match.
Pakistan, the match against Pakistan he didn't play, but he played in
Yeah,
Bangladesh. They might play him in the India game as well,
yeah,
simply because
yeah.
he had a very good record against Indian bowlers when he played in India.
Mm,
So
mm,
conditions would be something similar, and
mm.
yeah, so I think that's the whole thing. I don't think they'll change anything in India. Or it's a week's time between last game and this game,
Yeah,
so it's
yeah,
more than enough time for recovery. So,
yeah. That's what I feel, especially after the press conference that asserts things that yes, India is not going to make any major changes and they're going to play the same squad even in the semis and the finals if we play those. The only change I feel New Zealand might make is Matt Henry was seen limping slightly. He was not bowling full throttle, but the other two reserves, Nathan Smith and Jacob Duffy, were bowling full throttle and they were bowling quite much in the nets. And Matt Henry was seen limping. So I think New Zealand might drop Matt Henry and bring in Nathan Smith because he also plays the first match as well. So possibly that can happen. But yeah, that was my prediction about India's playing 11. I don't think there's going to be any change. Do you think India is going to make any drastic changes, Jinaj?
I think India might drop one all rounder, one of Aksar or Ravindra Jadeja,
Mm,
and bring in a Varun Chakravarti just to try Varun and Kuldeep in that
mm,
game.
okay.
But like considering Gambhir, like he might want to reserve like Varun until the semi-final as well, like make him debut his
Mm,
Champions Trophy in the semi-final of itself. Because if you want to keep your cards close for now,
mm,
since he's your trump
mm,
card, no one
yeah.
knows him much. So
Mm,
that one thing. Uh,
mm,
Overall, we can also see Arshdeep coming in for Shami because you want to keep because since he has got that ankle issue, you might
yeah.
see Arshdeep coming in instead. And Rishabh Pant, by looking into the press conference as well, I don't think Rishabh Pant will get his chance in this tournament
Yeah.
until, as you said, Rohit Sharma, like if he doesn't play the New Zealand match. But looking at his practice sessions, the sixes, what I heard, I think I pretty much believe that he will play. And I don't really want, actually, if you ask my position, I would not want to make any changes in this
Mm,
team because
mm,
the tournament is short.
yeah.
After this match, you have a very short turnaround for your semi-final as well. So you want
Yes.
to keep the momentum going. So I
Yes.
would not want to make any changes as such. No need to bring even Varun Chakravarti in. You have got
Mm,
Kuldeep. He picked up your 3 wickets against Pakistan.
mm.
So that's all good. So that way, I don't see. One change which I see in New Zealand is that David Conway might miss out for Daryl Mitchell.
Oh
Like
yes.
you would see Daryl Mitchell coming in place of
Probably.
David Conway and Sachin Ravindra getting promoted. up the order, or he might play at number 4, and Daryl Mitchell will go up the order to open. One of
Mm.
that would happen. But overall, you said that Matt Henry had a niggle, so we might see Duffy coming in, Jacob Duffy. I don't see Nathan Smith coming in as an all round. I think they'll pretty much go with the same thing, and they'll put one extra bowler like a Jacob Duffy inside the squad.
But yeah, that is for something to wait and watch. Predictions for the match. It is going to be India being at the top of the table for Group A, or it is going to be New Zealand because the match is going to be full 50-over game. I don't think any chances of rain there. So there is going to be a result. So do you think it is going to be India at the top, or it's going to be New Zealand? What do you think, Vaibhav?
I'd like India at the top because tomorrow I'm sure that South Africa is going to beat England and get to the top,
Mm,
just so that
mm,
we have India Australia in the semis. I want that to
yeah,
happen. It
yeah,
seems like that's what is going to happen.
yeah. Jinaj?
Yeah, I mean, India will win. I think single handedly, it'll be like a one side contest.
Mm.
And further, you'll see further journalists saying that India have got a one unfair advantage.
Yes.
But they are going to win, irrespective of whatever advantage or disadvantage we have. I
Mm,
think against New Zealand, we are going to comfortably win. The only player which I'm concerned about is William O'Rourke. He is one
mm.
player who even bothered us in the Bengaluru test as well.
Yes,
We had the
yes,
momentum and then we lost
yeah,
everything
yeah,
in front
yeah.
of William O'Rourke. So that one player I'm concerned about. And
Mm,
specifically, Rohit Sharma was practicing those in-swing Yorkers. He was practicing
mm,
those in-swing Yorkers. So
mm,
that was
mm.
also one good thing.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I personally feel that a Harshit Rana is a like to a William O'Rourke with the kind of a
Yes,
tall height he have and the hit the deck kind
hit
of
the
a
deck.
bowler they
Yes.
are. But I feel Rourke swings the ball much more than Harshit Rana.
Because
So
he's taller as well, right? He's
yeah, yeah,
very tall as well. So he
yeah.
can swing the ball like from the top, he can
Yeah.
swing the
So
ball
yeah,
very high.
I mean, yeah, India might be practicing Harshit Rana in the net, so possibly that they might play. But yeah, let's see that what happens. But yes, my predictions, yeah, also for the India New Zealand matches, I think India is going to lose. I feel it
Okay,
will be a close encounter, and India is going to lose, and India is going to play South Africa in the semi-finals, and India is again going to play New Zealand in the final. So
lost.
I probably think that India might win that, but let's see. Yeah, I have a different thinking from you two guys. I think India is going to lose to the match on Sunday, but yeah, let's see who wins the prediction hat. Let's talk about the England camp. So Josh Butler has decided to step down as England captain after the South Africa versus England match, which is going to happen. So is that going to change the change of captaincy? Is that going to change any fate for England? And the second question is, who will be the next captain? Will it be the vice captain who will be promoted as captain, or they will be bringing someone else in the white ball format? Weber?
I think England is following the steps of Pakistan because in the
Hmm.
last few years, Pakistan has had four captains, eight coaches, so many things. So these guys are also on the same track. Even they change their coach now they're changing their captain. So no, they might even change their whole team in a few days. So we don't know. Probably, I think they will promote the vice captain, or they'll give it to maybe a Joe Root again. Such a thing could happen because England is
Yeah.
unpredictable.
Okay.
And yeah, they
So
predicted
Jinaj?
the semis. They
Yeah.
never went.
Yeah. Yeah. So Jinaj, do you think that the change of captaincy is going to change any fate in England cricket? And who do you think will be the next captain?
I mean, firstly, I don't think the captain should have stepped down. It should have been the coach which should have actually stepped down. He has
Hmm.
not done anything good for the England cricket. Like, see, since Brendan McCullum has come, he changed the whole dynamics of that basketball, hard hitting, shots, and all of those things. He even changed the dynamics of the pitches as well. We don't get those swinging conditions apart from the overcast swing conditions. We don't get any help from the pitch for swinging the ball. Uh, Currently in the how the England how the other foreign teams come and tour over here, we see that those conditions are no longer there like it
Hmm.
used to be in England. So
Hmm.
it should actually be the coach who should have stepped down, not the captain. But saying that, I mean, other thing which I would also look into that is that if you see personally how Joss Butler has performed
Mm,
whilst captaining, it has not been that great. He has
mm,
won the World Cup, no doubt, but we have seen a lot of group stage exits,
mm.
two group stage exits consecutively, like in the World Cup 23 and then again in the Champions Trophy. And
Yeah,
then you won the World Cup once and then you exited after, I mean, and then you were a semi finalist and then you lost
mm,
against India.
yeah,
So all of those things are there. But
mm,
I don't think anyone apart from Joe Root is actually a capable captain after
mm.
this, because Harry Brook is too young. He has got that smoke problem. He can't see the ball well. So I don't think he deserves the captaincy. Joe Root, yes, he deserves it.
Mm.
And all of those reports which were going on during the Mr. Fix It campaign, it has actually happened in England if Joe Root becomes the captain. He is the Mr. Fix It for England.
Yeah, the senior player who wants to be the captain and has aspirations to lead the squad. So possibly Mr. Joe Root is the Mr. Fix It, but in the wrong camp, I feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel Josh Butler rightly gave away the captaincy because it was affecting his batting, and we have seen in the past even this happened also with the likes of Sachin Tendulkar and Sunil Gavaskar, that the
Rohit
captaincy.
Sharma.
I mean, Rohit Sharma doesn't care. He doesn't care about his own personal milestone or personal batting style for that matter. He has taken up the role of the warrior who just goes and starts the attack on the opposition. So yeah, I think that has not affected Rohit Sharma. I think that has benefited Rohit Sharma as a team, that he has given us those starts so that the rest of the team can take their own time. So that was Rohit Sharma. But yeah, those things did happen to the likes of Sachin Tendulkar and Sunil Gavaskar in Indian cricket. So it's good that he stepped down from the captaincy. I think he's going to do well with his batting. Yeah, and I feel England is in awe of Harry Brooks, so they might make him the captain because they are always comparing him with Sachin Tendulkar for what reason I don't know. After performances in those roads of Pakistan in Test cricket, they started comparing him with Sachin Tendulkar
No, I
with
mean he
no.
played well against New Zealand also, but
I mean, you cannot compare someone with Sachin Tendulkar where you have to pick out matches and said, yeah, in this match he played well, in this match he played well. He has a
true.
long way to go. I think Harry Brook has a long way to go to even compare himself with Virat Kohli for that matter, and not let alone Sachin Tendulkar. But yeah, let's get on to that background image which Weber has today. Is the world or the organizers of ICC doing the same expression to the host nations, as in what happened to your aspirations of hosting a
Mitra
ICC
Mohan.
tournament? Because
No,
it has been a dismal performance for them in the matches, but even as hosts, do you feel Pakistan has failed, or do you think they tried their level best to host a good tournament, Jinanj?
No, I mean I told this at the start also, like when Afghanistan, I mean they lost and I mean the game was washed out. I mean
Mm,
it was really dismal preparations by Pakistan Cricket Board. I mean hosting a tournament after 29 years and not being able to cover the whole ground when it's raining. Like these are some common sense.
mm,
Like the rain stopped after 1.5 hours or something. We could have had, a shorter game and we could have had a result. That's the respect which Australia and Afghanistan both deserve as a team. You have come over there to play. Already Australia doesn't play Afghanistan much. They don't
mm,
play. I mean, no other team plays with them
mm,
bilaterals apart
yeah,
from certain teams like New Zealand who
mm,
played one test match, or West Indies or Ireland playing with them.
yeah,
Um, so already no one plays with them because of certain political issues. And on
mm,
top of that, you have these games being washed out. Now, in
mm,
total, there are three games which have been washed out from Pakistan. Two out of those games, okay, one game was completely washed out. That's fine. The Pakistan
mm.
one, Pakistan Bangladesh one. But the other game, which was, I think it was
Australia,
the,
South Africa.
yeah, Australia, South Africa, we could have had some games over there because
Mm,
it was like none of the grounds were covered at all. You could see
Mm.
the water over there, like puddles over there.
Yeah, they were puddles,
So
yeah.
yeah, so that's one thing which I was really unhappy about. They
Mm.
could have handled the tournament much better. Their grounds were not in good shape. The England
Mm.
team have posted a video, a real kind of a thing where Mark Wood is not able to recognize whether that's a ground or not.
Yeah.
So it pretty much says, I mean, even in India,
Yeah.
the England match, which was supposed to be held in Eden Gardens in
Yeah.
2011, the match which we
Yeah.
drew
Yeah.
because of Piyusha. That
Yeah.
particular match was then held in Mohali. I mean,
Yeah.
even India was criticized at that time.
Mm.
Everyone. I mean, it is a shameful thing when you have to reschedule matches or where those things kind of happen. So it is. I mean, I don't think Pakistan should be given the hosting rights anytime soon
Mm.
until they clear up their geopolitical problems or something of that sort.
Mm.
Once those things are cleared out,
Mm.
then they can have any matches they want to host or whatever they want to do. But any ICC event should not be held in Pakistan. You keep it anyway. You keep it in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka would be much better host. You'll see much better crowd as well. Look at the
Yeah.
kind of crowd which comes to watch. None, I mean,
Yeah.
half of your stands are empty. I mean,
Yeah.
this tournament, even I don't think it. I mean, it's going to be in a very. I mean, it might go for a loss also, or if it even breaks even, it will be
Mm.
only because of the India-Pakistan match. That's all.
Yeah. Vaibhav, you have that amazing background. Tell us the story why it is.
The amount of scrutiny countries go through to just
Yeah.
host a game or host a series is very
Mm.
high from ICC. Like back
Mm.
during the lockdown days, ICC T20 World Cup 2021, the amount of scrutiny that Oman and UAE had to go through was very high. With
Mm.
all the lockdown rules and the player bubbles and all of that.
Mm.
So I don't know, like coming from or having that experience, how the ICC would, you know, let Pakistan continue to host a world-class
Mm.
event. They have not only
Mm.
got geopolitical problems, they've got problems inside their own country, between their
Mm.
own people, and all of that reflects. A few days
Mm.
ago, I think, no, I think this morning
Yeah.
there was a blast in Khyber
Yeah,
Pakhtunkhwa in a
Mm.
sorry,
Yes.
in a
Yes.
mosque during Friday
Yeah. Yeah.
prayers.
Yeah.
And it could have easily been somewhere like Lahore or Karachi or wherever the game is happening. So with
Yeah.
all these, I don't understand how a country like Pakistan gets to host world-class event. And other than that,
Mm.
financially also, they've done this, and we've seen the countries that have hosted Olympics have gone bankrupt, like Greece.
Yeah.
Same thing is happening in Pakistan. Now they hosted this. We don't know what economic repercussions will occur. The
Mm.
amount of losses both ICC and Pakistan have to bear is going to be enormous. And I don't see how or why they would go for that. And those $3 tickets or whatever it was,
Yeah.
has that paid off? I don't think so. The grounds were still empty. People still did that. It's not advisable to host anything in Pakistan. Probably
Mm.
tour of Pakistan, like how South Africa and New Zealand did the tri series. Something of that scale is more than enough. But
Mm.
I don't think a large scale event should be hosted. Maybe countries
Yeah.
can just visit and play. That's all. You have
Mm.
better
Mm.
countries, better stadiums, and better audience visiting in India, even in Bangladesh
Mm.
for that matter. Way better. Or even if you want to keep it in a neutral venue, consider Nepal. Nepal has so many you know cricket fans. They've got better
Mm.
pitches and practices than
yes,
Mm.
Pakistan. Because
Yeah.
I was watching recent WCL two,
Mm.
and their pitch quality, their conditions are very good. So probably something like that is also a better neutral ground. You don't need to travel, or all the way to Dubai. It's just
Yeah. Mm.
at most you
Yeah.
by flight. You won't have people complaining of smog either. There's only fog. So
Yeah.
it,
But those people
but
I mean, complain about anything and everything. So
yeah,
today I saw an interview from Gavaskar, and he was like, "What do the anchor asked him about? what do you think about the allegations which the English media or ex-cricketers are giving for BCCI setting up and India having that
Home
advantage?
advantage.
Yeah, okay, to playing all their matches in Dubai is like Gavaskar like forget it, man. I mean, जाने दो उनको खेलना है तो खेलो नहीं तो बाहर जाओ.
No, but one thing I would want to say this. I mean, since you brought this up about that,
Hmm.
when India plays the World Cup, like consider the 2019 Cricket World Cup in England over here,
Hmm.
which we had.
Yeah.
Um, in that World Cup, India had to travel to every location because India is a crowd puller.
Yes.
We all
Yes.
know that. So India played very few matches. Like there were certain matches, yes, like in Oval, like India played most of their matches, like two matches. But India had to at least play one match in each of those stadiums.
Hmm.
The same
Hmm.
thing was not with West Indies. The same thing was not with Australia.
Definitely.
Same
Yeah.
thing was not with Pakistan.
Hmm.
It was not. It was only with India.
Hmm.
So you have to understand that when India plays, that India has to go to all the other grounds as well. I
Hmm.
mean, just think like India plays one match in Oval and the next match it plays in Birmingham. Just
Yeah.
consider the amount of travel it has to do. Almost like to go out of London only it takes you 3 hours. I mean, one
True.
hour
True.
and to
True.
one or 2 hours. And then to go from London, once you're out of London, then you have to go to Birmingham, another two
Hmm.
hours. So it
True.
takes us 4 hours of travel. Just think. You don't have flights going from London to Birmingham. You don't have that.
True. Yeah.
No,
I
but
That's
mean,
what. That's
consider
what.
coming from Lahore to Dubai, it's just 1 hour, one and a half hours. That's all
Yeah. Go
in
on,
flight.
Weber.
no, but if you've got a team full of celebrities, people will
Hmm.
want to see them. So
Yeah, that's
obviously,
true. That's what
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
India brings in the crowd. That's the reason India has to. And now India, I mean, it was always known.
Hmm.
Australia also doesn't play with Afghanistan. We go around and tell that, oh, you are lecturing moral to everyone.
Hmm. Hmm.
You're giving moral lessons to everyone. We don't
Yeah.
we don't go around and tell, right? Like Australia is also not playing. We understand. Okay, don't play. I mean,
Hmm.
we can't play. We can play Pakistan, but we can't play in Pakistan. It's simple. We
Hmm.
can't play. We have got
Hmm.
problems in their country. Journalists
Yeah.
can go. Journalists are not a target. It's a
Hmm.
small price to pay. Our Indian players are a bigger price. Simple.
Correct.
They'll
Yeah.
be they'll be the first ones to get targeted over there.
Hmm.
So
True.
that's the reason we don't go. Simple.
Yeah.
And then all of these come home advantage. You don't have to travel. Array, when India goes to Australia also in the World Cup, India has to play on in all the stadiums. Adelaide, SCG, MCG,
Hmm.
Optus, Brisbane,
Yeah.
Gabba.
Yeah. Hmm.
Five. India has to play in all those five stadiums, and the travel time is also like 2 to 3 hours by flight. It's not
True.
like a short distance.
Yeah.
So I
True.
mean, all of these things, like the conditions which the English says that in these conditions in India were the favorite. What conditions?
Hmm.
What are
Hmm.
those conditions? Explain
Hmm.
another condition. Bowling. Then if you go around and ask them what are those conditions, and then you'll know that they are weak in those kind of pitches when you say. So that's
Hmm.
your problem, right? That you guys don't practice much. You guys have overestimated your pace attack. That was
True.
your problem. You should have used some spinners like a Moeen Ali or someone. You have not created a backup for them. That's the reason Moeen Ali had to come back to test, even though he was retired.
True. True.
Came back for Ashes
Yeah.
because you don't have quality. You don't want to take quality players in your team.
True, true. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. On the Pakistan hosting scenario, I closely follow a fellow YouTuber from Pakistan, that is furqanbhatti, and
Yeah.
he himself lives in Lahore, and he himself said some amazing points about Pakistan hosting. Is that whenever a country hosts any big tournament or sporting event for that matter, maybe Olympics or India hosted the World Cup, Bangladesh hosted the World Cup jointly in 2011 with India. There are billboards, there are campaigns of tourism for that country as well. So whenever you go on an airport, there is a billboard of the World Cup being hosted in that country. And he said that was there was nothing of that sort in Pakistan happening. There was no promotion for the tournament. There was no tourism being promoted in that tournament. People did not know that this ICC Champions Trophy, a bigger event like that, is happening in Pakistan. So if people of Pakistan have such great ideas about how they can promote this event, at least to get people in the ground itself. See, no one is is saying the fact that Pakistan is not going from a financial crisis. They are, and since the inception, they are. But to get yourself in on the world map, this was the biggest event for you to host a good event, post about your country, the beauty of your country, the different locations your country has. Tourism could have been promoted, and that could have got them good amount of tourists as well, and that could have put them on the map. But they missed this opportunity. It is only themselves to blame. Cricketing conditions are fine. I mean, rains do happen. That also should have been managed really well, because in this era where we have such amazing technologies to deal with the rain infrastructure. The If you see in Bangalore, the drainage system they have is commendable. The same is in any country like England or Australia. But yes, those things were lacking in Pakistan. I hope this holy Ramadan brings some good news for them, and they work on their cricket at least and get some positive pointers out of there. But yes, that was the video from us. We'll wait for the India New Zealand encounter and see who clinches the first or the top position in Group A. And we'll be back right after that match to review that match and see what India does. So please join us for that. Until then, please chime in with your comments and like this channel. So take care. Bye bye.